You're back on the air with the Restaurant Brokers. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon, and our goal is to satisfy your appetite for acquisition, feed the need for restaurant reality, and serve up a recipe for business success. Today, we are talking about that all-important element of the restaurant business, training. And we have some great training individuals in the studio with us today to talk about this topic. Eric, you want to kick us off?
Absolutely. Joe, tell us a bit about you're recruiting people, and how important is the training aspect of retention and versus also the foundation that people get with that when they go to a bigger company and they come out of there? Is this something that smaller companies like independents maybe or regional firms are looking at? Some of these guys they're training from McDonald University or from Olive Garden management team. How does that relate to your I guess your viability in the marketplace as well as your success in the operations?
Yeah, I mean, there are brands out there that set the stage. If you have something on your resume, say, I get a lot of Houston's, I get a lot of requests for Chick-fil-A. If you go through their training programs, some of the best in the industry, if you're quick serve, basically they want somebody from Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. Upscale, casual, kind of a Houston's background, looks good. More on the casual end, different brands definitely train in different ways, and a lot of these startups or franchisees, they're looking for people that have that experience so they can bring something to the table.
So this can actually be a competitive advantage for you as a restaurateur to either develop great training, because then that great training creates an aura around you and your employees become more valuable and more solicited, as well as the ultimate payoff is at the customer service line where individuals experience that emotional connection that keeps them coming back. So we really can't understate how powerful training is. Mitzi, would you want to weigh in on that?
Oh, training is absolutely critical. I really believe that training is the ultimate fulfillment of your marketing promise. If your marketing promise says we have the best omelets on the planet, then by gosh, when that guest comes in and sits down and they have that, they're ready to experience the best omelet on the planet. That's where your training comes in. That the associates that are there to bring that guest that experience know exactly what to deliver at that moment to make sure that the guest gets the exact experience that your marketing has promised. If you fail there, you fail to get the second date. I mean, that first date is so critical, and the training is the ultimate, first date ticket. I want to get the first date. I want to get the phone number. I want to get the second date. I want to be in love and be married for a real long time with my guests.
That's what we want. We want anniversaries, right?
Right. Yes, exactly.
Kim, your thoughts on the same topic?
I feel that you should hire people that have the personality for the job that you're looking for. You can always train skill. You can always train somebody to flip a burger or pour a drink. But if they don't naturally smile or make eye contact or know how to shake a hand or have just the body language, people have perceptions of them before they ever say hello. And they are more comfortable saying hello to a stranger by getting on their eye whatever than they are somebody that walks up to them. So I would say hire for personality and train for skill.
We talk a lot about customer interaction, and we also know there's a lot of big restaurant chains out there that are kind of pushing away the human interaction by going with tablets on table sides and everything. What are your thoughts about this new event, and how is that going to impact training and personnel in the future?
We're in the people business. It doesn't matter which building you're in. It could be hotel, hospital, retail. We are in the people business, and everybody has to eat. And so I think that people element is not going to go away. I think there's going to be a cool factor to some of it, but I don't think you'll ever replace training with just electronics or the latest techno. They want that face-to-face interaction when they are being trained.
How about you, Joe? What's your thought on that?
Yeah, I mean, my job, I'm at the computer all day or on the phone. So when I go to a restaurant, I like to see somebody in person. And, technology is getting better, and we're able to do our jobs quicker and faster. But there's always going to be that people element, and people need to be trained to do the job correctly.
You know, in our book, Appetite for Acquisition, we actually talk about in a high-tech world, one of the last places that's still high-touch and human interaction is that restaurant experience. And I think that emotional connection is so true. Misty, your final thoughts on that idea?
I totally agree. I think it is high tech and high touch, and our goal is to, as you know, as I said earlier, it's a little vacation when someone's coming in to eat. It might be they're by themselves. They just want to read. They just want to sort of escape from everything. The last thing they want is one more tech hurdle to have to deal with. And the same thing is true for our associates. You know, Kim said it earlier. I think she was talking about training and finding whatever works to meet with your, to meet the needs of your associates. Yes, that any tool that we can use, there's a difference between a team and a tribe, and a team comes together once in a while. A tribe you can build, but it needs the human interaction, and a tribe or a herd of guests is the same way. You can build that through the human touch. I agree.
Okay, we're going to put you guys on the spot for a number. So just tell me, a small restaurant owner that has a business doing under $1 million a year, what should he budget for training? Kim?
I don't think you can put a number on it because it depends on their turnover. It depends on their the employees that they've hired.
So we have to look at every business individually.
Individually, yes.
Misty, you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think, you have to put as much money toward training as you can. It's critical. It's one of the most important things you can spend your money on. We spend a tremendous amount of money on two major categories, training and marketing. We think they're both important. Operations is a firm foundation, and training is a big component of that.
But, Joe, from your perspective, you still have to spend the money, too, to bring the right people on board.
Yeah, get the right person on board with the right background. That could definitely help. Each, either a franchisor or different restaurant brands, independent restaurant brands are going to have different requirements and different budgets. So, looking for a good background would definitely be a way to do that.
Great. I tell you what a great panel today. So much great information on training. And we really appreciate each one of you participating. Kim Zimmerman, Florence, Misty Young, and Joe Kelly, all three on board with us today. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon. You're on the air with We Sell Restaurants, the industry leader in restaurants for sales, franchise restaurant resales, and site location for the food service industry. Our firm is franchising our concept nationwide. We currently have offices in Florida, Colorado, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia. Stay tuned after the break. Eric and I will be back with Restaurant Reality, and we'll take this as a look at restaurant training.